Welcome to Texas in the summer.
Yeah.
Where the ACs blow cold.
It just goes ham.
And the concrete is fucking hot.
It's hot fucking?
It's hot fucking. It's fucking hot.
Yeah, so Rated Radio, your host, Lexi Ray, S-Dub. If you're new here, I'm about to rate something the kids are listening to these days. Before we get into the artist matchup you came for, we're going to do some storytelling in the middle to keep things interesting. Be sure to like and subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Basically, let us know we're making your day less dull. With that, Ray, what Billboard hit were we dumb enough to listen to?
Texas Hold'em by Beyonce.
And you picked this, so
I did.
Sorry.
What'd
you think?
Beyonce's take on fresh country music, in addition to her soulful vocals, are like the perfect blend of whiskey and a crystal glass. Southern roots with a little bit of class, this backwoods, upbeat ditty is great for any summer barbecue. 5 stars.
This song proved highly memeable and has some oddly cringe moments, but those moments are bafflingly rare by way of comparison to just how good this overall track is. I've never been so struck by Beyonce's music that I've taken the deep dive, but this makes me feel more inclined to do so because it proves her energy can fit with even the most unexpected of genres. So while I think it's somewhat hokey and my brain won't ever stop wanting to scream as a Texan that this is literally Texas, this ain't Texas. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. I've got to say 5 stars for how enjoyable the track is when you simply listen to it without all the internet's baggage. Also, let me correct a mistake I made in the Fall Out Boy episode. Nobody Puts Baby in the Corner was my bottom 5, but not my bottom track for the Cork Tree album. That honor would go to Our Lawyer Made Us Change the blah 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 song.
The super long one.
Yes. And as we already discussed before starting recording, I said the wrong artists on the previous thing that we released.
Shane,
it's my bad.
Shane, guess what?
Nobody cares.
Nobody fucking cares.
Roll the intro.
By the way, I will say 16 Carriages off that same album, that is probably more your speed. So if you are interested in the vibe that she's given, 16 Carriages is much slower. I think
you're talking about Beyonce?
Yes, we're still talking about
Beyonce. It took
Beyonce.
me a minute. I was like, where the fuck are you talking about?
Still talking about Beyonce.
We was Lizzo, we was Beyonce.
Yeah, we're all over the
Fall
place.
Out Boy.
Powerful black women. Let's go.
All right, so Lizzo is who we're talking about. And Rayburn wrote Lizzo Beats. But first album we're covering is Lizzobangers from 2014, which is a reissue of the 2013 album. This was my middle album.
This is my bottom album.
Out of the 14 tracks, I gave 9 5s.
I gave 2 5s.
My top track was Bus Passes and Happy Meals.
My top track was Bloodlines.
Bottom track was Go.
And my bottom track was Pants versus Dress. Dress.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
It says a lot of positive things when a disc has hooks this repetitive, and I'm still giving high marks. Lizzo is a surprisingly skilled and theatrical rap chameleon. Think Eminem when he's being weird, but with a voice like a member of Salt and Peppa. Production's no slouch either, consistently blending decades of styles to produce something interesting to hear, much like Kanye West does. Gotta work on some of those hooks, though.
For me, Lizzo's debut album packs a punch, but still remains slightly unpolished and underground. Music like this reminds me of college radio stations, full of music that is almost there. This toned down and slightly more hood and dark version is a far jump from today's hit Pink, which was in the Barbie movie.
Oh, I was confused again, see? So, I don't know anything about Lizzo. It didn't going into this, I should say.
I know.
Next album we covered is not 'Cause I Love, but 'Cause I Love You.
'Cause I Love You.
Yeah, you wrote 'Cause I Love.
Okay. You don't have to do this on a social platform, you fucker.
It's funny to me. 'Cause I Love You from 2019. This was my top album.
This is also my top album.
Out of the 11 tracks, I gave 11 5s.
I also gave 11 5s.
Damn. This so am good.
Yes, it is.
My top track was Soulmate.
My top track was 'Cause I Love You.
And my bottom track was Exactly How I Feel.
My bottom track was Like a Girl.
Okay.
But these are all 5s.
I was torn between Exactly How I Feel and there was another one. It's the slower track, which I think I could be wrong. Yeah, Jerome, I think. Like I love the R&B vibes from that song. It did really feel like it was riffing on Erykah Badu's, what is it, Call Tyrone?
Call Tyrone. That's exactly. I thought you would like Jerome for that reason.
Yeah, I appreciate that it was paying homage without just ripping it off.
Yeah. It's doing its own thing.
This pop funk album has only tinges of the debut's rap flavor and sounds like what you'd get if Bruno Mars produced an En Vogue and Tina Turner collab. The vocal style is akin to someone whose laugh is infectiously over loud. It's too much theater pop to be something I'll keep coming back to, but it's damn good for what it is.
Lizzo knocks this one out of the park with her incredibly soulful and fun, bass-heavy songs about a large yet comfortable romantic with a healthy dash of self-worth. Music like this is awesome to work out to or even blast at max volume while getting your groove back.
And the last album we covered was Special from 2022. This was my bottom album.
This was my middle album.
Out of the 12 tracks, I gave 11 fives.
I gave 9 fives.
My top track, Everybody's Gay.
Yikes, because that was my bottom. Spoiler alert.
That's okay.
But my top was If You Love Me.
And that was my bottom track, even though I respect the lyrics.
The lyrics are really good in that song.
You want to talk about people who are up and down?
Bipolar?
Bipolar, yeah. Yeah, we feel bipolar on this album. Special feels like a continuation of 'Cause I Love You, but with a ton of hit sampling, girl power energy, and positive messaging. Technically, it all presents really well, but also feels somewhat like content being molded to appeal to the masses instead of an artist just making the art they want to. It has a tendency to come across vapid as well, so while there's a lot to love about this, the drawbacks are also pretty noteworthy. Even the pop elements are more pronounced. I both love and kind of hate it, so I'd ultimately say it's a strangely middling affair.
I could not agree more.
Okay.
I wrote my own thing, but hearing you go through it, I'm like, that's exactly how I felt about this album. It did seem like a continuation.
That's exactly how I feel.
That's exactly. But no, seriously, it is. It feels like the B-side, but it definitely seems like it's pointed material. It is definitely, they're reaching the demographic that they set on 'Cause I Love You. They're just taking advantage of it. But it is good music. That's what I have a hard time with it about.
You know, Nicki Minaj, her debut did something akin to this. Like the majority of tracks were samples. And I'm pretty sure like everything here was a sample. Something about it just felt wrong. You know, it's like, I know you're capable. And like they did a great job with the beats. But yeah, something about that sort of thing does feel lazy.
A little disingenuine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, going into what I said, this bouncy, body-positive feminist anthem from Lizzo is perfect for the summer. The standout, as always, is Lizzo's vocals, but her timeless creative direction also continues to shine from the last album. In addition to the greats like Michael Jackson, Prince, or even bands like Chic or Kool and the Gang, Lizzo brings that bouncy, bassy flavor with extra attitude.
There was quite a bit of Prince vibe to some of what was going on here that we listened to as well. I dug it. I would say that Lizzo's music makes me feel like I'm confused by being able to like someone so much without falling in love with them.
Oh, okay. So going to the Prince aspect, like I have said before, Lizzo is actually one of Prince's proteges, in addition to Janelle Monáe, who sings the Human Resources theme song, That's Just the Way You Make Me Feel. She's Prince's other protege. Anyway, she's also an actress. She was in The Glass Onion.
Prince got a lot of proteges. Yes. I thought Megan Thee Stallion was Prince's protege.
No, not Megan. Lizzo.
Okay.
If I said that in a past episode, I'm correcting that now.
Man, I was real confused. Okay. This is making more sense to me now.
I'm so glad. Her real name is actually Melissa Vivian Jefferson. She was born in Detroit, but actually relocated to Houston, Texas, where she went to the University of Houston, where she did marching band, and is why she often includes a wide variety of instruments in her music. She is a very, very good flute player, and that is representative in her music. I think About Damn Time, all the flute playing, that's all her. She breaks that out in concert and everything. She actually, in addition to making music, she owns Yiddy Shapewear, which is a shapewear for plus size women. So she has that aspect of her career as well.
I'm wearing some right now.
I was going to tell you, you look great.
Thank you.
You look shapely.
I'm feeling myself.
Feeling myself. Wrong person. And in 2019, she was Time Magazine's Entertainer of the Year. Similar artist, in addition to what I have already said, Megan Thee Stallion, Janelle Monáe, Missy Elliott, Cardi B, Doja Cat, Willow, even Iggy Azalea, Childish Gambino, Kendrick Lamar, and at times her vocals actually remind me of Beyonce's vocals.
So, true story, before we move into the end portion of this for me with regard to Lizzo, let's go back to Prince.
Okay, let's go back to Prince.
I'm in the garage yesterday, day before, and Prince song comes on. Cannot remember the title of it to save my life. It's one of his sexy songs. You know, he's got like, it was Insatiable.
Okay.
That's what it was.
Okay.
So I'm out there doing my cutting and my measuring and everything, and I'm vibing to this song. And I was like, all right, maybe Rayburn had something. Like maybe in the end, Prince was like, yeah, Megan, you could be my protege because, you know, what I really wish I'd made more of was more of that fucking, you know, like what you need to do is go out there, wet ass pussy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the only way my brain was making sense of this whole Megan Thee Stallion was Prince's protege.
I may have said Megan Thee Stallion, but no, it's Lizzo, which now makes total sense.
Yeah.
Like there's a ton of inspiration.
You definitely get it. If you look at like the genres for the special album, it's like 7 or 8 genres there. You definitely see where that comes from. It's Prince.
Yeah.
I think the problem with Lizzo for me is knowing just how talented she could come across on a given disc, just one given disc. So what I want from her is a combination of her rapping skill mixed with a bunch of 'cause I love you flair. The potential is most assuredly there. Now it's just a question of whether she delivers on it or continues to slide further into the throes of recycled vapidity, which admittedly makes all the money these days. If nothing else, happy to see a big woman showing out. They needed the representation.
Last thing that I want to say about Lizzo, which Lizzo was the whole reason why I chose this matchup. Megan Thee Stallion, I dig her, but not as much as I dug Lizzo. 2 years ago, I was listening to a lot of Lizzo, which I think that's when the 'Cause I Love You album came out. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. Special came out 2 years ago.
But I was a little late to the Lizzo game. And when 'Cause I Love You came out and she wasn't super popular, when she, you know, that got everybody's attention, I loved that album. I mean, I rated it perfect. But since then, and even with Special, I have had a huge issue with it seeming like her and, you know, the music industry as a whole, I feel like I'm being forced to like her.
Okay.
And continue to like her. I mean, I do like her, but I liked her in the 'Cause I Love You because it seemed genuine.
Yeah.
It seemed now it seems like she's playing to the popularity.
Yeah.
And it does seem a little bit disingenuous. So if I had like any request for an artist, it was to get back to a little bit more humble roots and really take the time to be more genuine with your music because you are a phenomenal artist with a phenomenal talent.
She's looking me in the eyes as she says it. Thank you, Rayburn. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
somebody
You're
finally
welcome.
said it.
I know. It had to be me. A little disappointing, but you know, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. But if she could just get back to the being genuine with her music and letting her talent come through, we could continue to have fives across the board. But there was just some disconnect and I was disappointed.
That's the thing about hit sampling. With an artist like this, it feels weird because she doesn't need it. You know what I mean? Like I know it's gonna play to the masses and it's gonna make her a bigger name, and there's something to be said for it. And even if you can do a good job with it, it's like you don't need it.
'Cause I Love You felt raw as a person, if that makes sense. Like I felt like her personality was truly coming through. All the imperfections, she was just being her. And now it's turned into this whole, you gotta like me because I'm a big girl. No, I don't. I do. But I don't have to, you know? And I say that as a big girl, an appreciation for other big girls. Like we can be out here in these streets having a good time, but nobody has to like us because we're big girls. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
If I could make one recommendation here, it'd be that if you have preconceived notions about Lizzo's music because of the theatrics, the almost, that whole nature to it, go listen to Lizzobangers. About half of that album, at least, is probably not what you're expecting at all. It's a lot of rap. Very surprisingly rap, high production. It's probably what I will be falling back to for those 5s. More than the rest anyway. Let's take a break. Being a little long in the tooth today. I apologize.
I went on a complete tangent. I was like speaking to Lizzo through you. I saw her at the end of the table.
Oh, okay.
That's what that was about.
I'm a big girl. By the way, neither of these artists were in our jam jar, but we right now are going to talk about playlists, share a story. We made playlists. Mm-hmm. What was the topic?
We're still doing that.
On Spotify, yep. Every month. What'd you pick?
Top songs to twerk to because it seemed appropriate.
Do you be twerking?
In private.
So you don't have like twerk videos and shit?
Fuck no. I'm not that talented. That's one thing. Like I got a big ass. And that's one thing that I feel like I don't look good doing. I know other people would disagree with my statement, but I just feel like I feel awkward. I feel like
leave
a phony.
It to the professionals.
I feel like a big fat phony. Big fat ass phony.
Well, I'm gonna leave this alone. Why don't you tell us a story about one of the songs that you like to twerk to or don't?
Okay.
This is songs for other people to twerk to, right?
We listened to a lot of Megan Thee Stallion coming up. Some ass was shaking. Anyway, I got that gyat, Shane. You heard about that gyat?
I have.
You've heard? From who?
God.
From who?
Can we move on here?
No, I want to know who from who real quick.
No. All right,
okay.
I'll tell you what. You go twerk real fast. I'll put a video up on our social media, and then we will have this discussion.
I'm good. I got my workout for today. Anyway.
See how easy it is, folks.
All right. So my song for top songs to twerk to is Miss New Booty by Bubba Sparks. This came out... Strap around your ankles. No, that's the wrong song. That's the wrong song.
I know it is. I know it is. You still went.
I did. It because when you say that, it flips a switch in me. How does that one go?
It works out.
I know. I'm trying to think of how Miss New Booty starts.
Let's hear your story. Go ahead, Miss New Booty.
It's not a long story. This came out when I was in junior high. I've had a big ass since as long as I can remember. And randomly one day, one of my friends and classmates' friends decides to make the joke of calling me Miss New Booty. And that stuck. So moving forward all the way throughout my high school academic career, I was referred to as Miss New Booty. So worse nicknames exist.
All
Can't be mad at it.
Yeah. Worse nicknames definitely do exist.
What's your story, Shane?
A song you've probably never heard of called Is It Really You by Loathe. In spite of loving ass, not being much of a twerk fan, and having nearly no real-world experience with twerking girls, I had quite a lot to choose from here. Thing is, this playlist was primarily built around the notion of sexing with that reverse cowgirl view. Clearly, some of my favorite moments, visuals, feelings, etc. in life, and I've had some wild ones. Best is always that candlelit shit to music like this, though. And this was somewhere else. I apologize. I'm in the room with someone else. This doesn't feel like something I should be reading out loud.
Yeah, I feel uncomfortable. I need an adult.
While I had some laughs with certain pics...
Someone call IXII.
You are a grown-ass woman. You need to quit.
Not when you talk like that. It makes me feel like a kid.
God.
Continue.
There's a perv in here.
I will cage my uncomfortability, if that's a word.
While I had some laughs with certain pics trying to imagine people twerking to the songs in question, it's this darkly passionate stuff I keep coming back to. Starts off like something out of a Donkey Kong Country underwater stage, then shifts into full-on Deftones mimicry. A total fuck track that deserves to be heard with hands and eyes full of ass. If I had my way, that would be the story of my life. Hence why I haven't actually shared any one story here. Use your imagination.
Ew.
You're so terrible.
It was fine.
It was fine.
I just picture you. You're like the what's it, Sir Mix-a-Lot ass, Shane. I picture you up on a big booty.
Yes. One on each side.
Kick them nasty thoughts.
Yes.
Baby got back.
Yes.
Yeah. You're the white Sir Mix-a-Lot of booty.
Yes. let's go talk about Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, let's do that.
If I can find her, she's got to be in this paperwork here.
Shane, you better find her. You better find that real hot girl shit.
I found her.
Good.
I always do.
I don't know how you can miss her.
I don't really. I actually think Lizzo is more attractive.
Good for you. Okay.
Something about like the almost fake looking curves, you know, like it's surgical.
I don't think so. I don't think she's gotten anything surgical done.
It may just be like corsets or something. It's a face thing for me.
You know what, Shane? Why don't we quit fucking talking about the way she looks and talk about her musical talent? Because she's more than the way she looks.
You win here. All right.
Thank you.
So let's do this. I'm ready. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You're ready for this. Okay.
I'm ready.
The first thing we covered was Make It Hot from 2017. You'll notice I didn't say album. It's because this is an EP.
Yeah.
This was my top.
This is my bottom.
Out of the 7 tracks, I gave 6 5s.
Wow. Okay. I gave 3 5s.
Top track was Geekin'.
My top track was Pull Up Late.
Bottom track was Crazy.
My bottom track was Last Week in H, Texas.
This EP reminds me of what you'd get if Tech 9 produced an album where Gangsta Boo did her best Lil' Kim impression. Rest in peace, Lola. It's expectedly vapid, with a few repetitious choruses, but her flows are impressive and the whole thing is ear candy. Way better than I was anticipating.
If Lizzo was a girl's girl, Megan is for sure the man's lady. That sounded weird. I said man's girl. I wrote man's girl. But that
She man's best friend, y'all.
She a dog.
Come get your dog.
She a dog. Okay, hold on. Okay, got it.
Megan's here. How about if she a stallion?
Shut up. Okay.
She that Clydesdale.
Dude, stop. If Lizzo was a woman's girl, Megan is for sure a man's girl. Her strong rapping style is not only confident enough that can stand toe-to-toe with some of the best of them, but somehow she keeps it sexy to all sexes by swinging her hypothetical lady dick. In addition to Megan, the bumping backing track is perfect for any striptease or getting too turned. Lastly, I will add, the times Megan tries to sing, "It Ain't For Me." Girl, you definitely sometimes channel Ice JJ Fish. I'm just saying.
Next thing we covered was Suga from 2020. Again, an EP. This was my middle.
This is my middle.
Out of the 9 tracks, I gave 2 5s.
I gave 4 5s.
Top track, Ain't Equal.
Same.
Bottom track, Crying in the Car.
My bottom track was Stop Playing.
This EP feels more like a Drake record. In essence, it aims for variety of sound and style, but is something I could live the rest of my days without revisiting. It's not that it's horrible, it's just middling, lyrically predictable, and lacks any meaningful messaging. If All I Do Is Win and Eat My Pussy is your jam, though, this is for you. You're gonna get a lot of that here.
Okay, clearly Shane is not into cunnilingus, but...
all I do is win when you eat at my pussy.
This album makes a great...
You gonna eat my pussy because all I do is win.
Hey, you like getting your dick sucked?
You ain't ever asked this more stupid question than that. I
mean, come on.
Read your review, please.
Double standard, motherfucker. This album makes a great use of anticipation while creating backing beats. Those pauses complement Miss Stallion's big, we're going to say personality. This album does include a bit more production value with better and, in my opinion, a more refined sound.
And the last thing we covered was something for the Hotties from 2021. This was a compilation. It was my bottom.
This is my top.
Out of the 21 tracks, I gave 4 5s.
I gave 9 5s.
My top track was Freakend.
My top track was Kitty Cat.
Bottom track, Trippy Skit.
My bottom track was Let Me See It, or as I like to call it, the fucking zipper song. I can't.
Not about it?
No, the whole song in the back. I couldn't do it. It was good until that. And
you don't like getting your dick sucked?
You ask the stupidest questions.
This compilation is a mixed bag, as you'd expect of anything subtitled from the archives. The skits are garbage. The quote-unquote freestyles ring hollow for me without choruses. And the hot girl shit shtick has begun to bore me. On the other hand, Production is top notch. Her rapping skill is consistently impressive, and it says a lot of positive things about an artist when a collection of scraps ends up being this listenable, with nearly nothing overstaying its welcome.
This high-energy album is all about throwing ass, getting money, and knowing your self-worth. And that's putting it in a safe for work terms. Because I assure you, this music definitely isn't it. I listen to a lot of music like this when I'm lifting weights, and it works great for a constant beat that you can really push yourself to. In addition to how the music makes me feel, like a kingpin of a music record label.
Megan's music makes me feel like I'm hearing a ratchet freak who won the lottery and started buying up heavyweight production credits.
That would be Bad Baby.
I'm not mad at this.
We haven't covered her yet. Sorry. She's going through some things. Do you know who she is?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of why.
Kiss me outside, how about that?
No.
That's her.
I know. Just can't think of what the damn song is. Told you I'm sundowning. I'm Joe Biden Jr. over
It's
here.
okay. You literally have a sunset happening behind you.
It's Hi Bitch.
Hi, bitch.
Isn't that her?
I don't fucking know. I don't listen to her. My sister loves her.
Really?
She's not my fan. She's not my fan. I'm not her fan.
Me, but you don't know it.
She's not my fan. I'm not her fan.
What the fuck?
Okay. Megan, whose real name is Megan Jovan Ruth Pete, is from San Antonio, Texas, and raised in Houston. She gained popularity with her mixtapes, where she showcased her lyrical abilities. She got Stallion due to her height. She was often referred to one growing up. She's a strong advocate for women and gay rights, an accomplished horseback rider, and owns a jewelry company called The Savage. She also has a huge love for Big Mouth and was in Big Mouth, I think, season 5 or 6. I think she was added to the team, and she's a hormone monster now. She killing it, and she throwing ass in cartoon version. And she actually has a passion for horror and often collabs with Cardi B. The last thing that I'll say about Megan is, as a whole for me, think Lil' Kim meets 2 Live Crew meets Mike Jones.
Yeah. All I've ever really known of Megan is WAP and the random discovery of Cocky as Fuck back in the day. Sadly, while this artist has 3 full LPs out, what my co-host gave me here were 2 EPs and a compilation. That's not an ideal way to judge an unfamiliar artist. On the bright side, quit pointing at me, I am looking forward to hearing Stallion's major releases, considering she fared surprisingly well while at what I'd say is a massive disadvantage in the head-to-head.
And your winner is?
Lizzo.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Without question. Megan's good. Like, I dug... Blue couldn't get into Megan either. I don't know what it is. He's like, you can like her. That's fine. I think it's just because she ignites my hoe abilities. And that's what I told Blue. Like, I think I'm Billy Badass listening to Megan on the way up here.
God damn.
Like, get off the road when I'm listening to Megan on the road. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I do think she's pretty, by the way. She's not exactly my type. Not
I know.
that this matters. I just wanted to clarify from earlier.
I know.
And I don't have this physical thing for Lizzo either.
Yeah.
Right.
Her talent is attractive. Her talent is the most attractive thing about her, right?
For sure. I like both of these artists.
Yeah.
I just don't know that I love either one of these artists.
Lizzo also won for me. Megan got a total of 16 fives, where Lizzo got 22. 'Cause I Love You is such a strong album. Like, hit after hit after hit. Even the ones that fell at the bottom, still so good. If you don't already own this album or have listened to this album, get it. And she naked. She naked on the cover.
Mm-hmm.
And that is pretty fucking vulnerable.
Yeah.
So.
And there, I do think she looks pretty damn good.
That is a good photo of her.
Yeah.
I will say that. Whoever took her photos did a very good job. She does look great.
And it's crazy in an internet world, because if you'd have put that up on like Instagram, you know, instead of like a album cover for this badass album, like, you just know it's going to be thousands upon thousands of people in the comments that are just like, you know, 2 out of 10, and you know, look at this and look at X, Y, and Z.
How does she fit in the C4 seats?
My God. I had no idea what to do with a big woman, and that's fine. More for me. Whatever. I've already spoiled it if you've been listening to what we've released this season, but what's coming up next, Rayburn?
Well, in the continuation of Shane's Hell season, we are going to be listening to No Doubt and Sublime. The albums that we're going to be covering by No Doubt are Tragic Kingdom from 1995, Return to Saturn from 2000, and Rock Steady from 2001. The first album that we're going to be covering by Sublime is 40 Ounces to Freedom from 1992. The next album is their self-titled album Sublime from 1996. And the last album that we're going to be covering by them is Secondhand Smoke from 1997.
Yep. Come back in a month for that. That's going to do it for now. Hit up our playlist, visit our shop, can find us online to get your voice on the show. And until next time, fill your world with music.
And remember, baby, you ain't a snack. You the whole damn meal.